Hey guys, it's time for another video. So this is not related to This is kind of related. Well, it's kind of related to the I Hate series, but it's not really. It's a little more serious. It's not as comedic. It's more just a rant and just letting off steam. So I know this is kind of a controversial video because I'm going to be calling out some people that I know, and I'm on friendly terms with people that are sort of vaguely referred to as in this video. So I'm not meaning this to be basically like a, oh, fuck you, don't talk to me video. But it's just me basically coming clean about something that's kind of bothered me for years, at least looking back on it. So, I mean, I know music is a subjective thing, and people all like different types of music and shit. And people are all contradictory about music all the time. Like people, you'll go into a record store and some guy will like this band. It's like, why don't you like this other band? Oh, they suck. And it's like, well, they sound a lot like that other band, or they have some of the same aspects and traits of that other band. As a very analytical person with music, that's the way I am with stuff. So I always look at those inconsistencies and I say, why the fuck is there inconsistencies? I hate inconsistencies, even though probably I'm inconsistent as well. So, I mean, I think if you're in a band or musical situation, working relationship with someone, I think there should be amount of respect if you're in such a musical partnership or band. So, and this whole thing started years ago with a band I will not mention. I'll try to remain anonymous about everyone, and people that are, people figure it out, but I don't give a fuck and whatever. I should have done more in the past to bring this up, and because it bothered me. I mean, it just happens to, and I don't understand the people that were motivated to do these things. And it kind of sounds like whiny butthurt complaining or whatever on YouTube. That's fine. I apologize about that. My other videos will be more to your liking. So, I looking into context about this. I was picked on growing up, and there's a lot of gut level reaction to me hearing people say childish statements, or like I said, inconsistent statements about things that I admire, or just generally putting down shit I like. So this video is basically me taking my angst out on something that was long overdue from the past, but does tie into the recent past. So the urge to do this video is too great. I have to do this. So firstly, it happened many years ago. Not that many years ago, but years ago, in a band with a person in a band I won't name. Okay, so this basically what these situations are is I'm driving a car, playing music on the CD or whatever, and they're riding passenger seat usually in the front. So I don't know if it was like Doc and Arch Enemy or what, but this said person said, "This sucks," and started making complaints about the music I was playing. And they also used to, they used to shoot down certain musical ideas that I had as well, and I was pissed off about that. But that's a different subject. That's a complicated issue. So the moral of the story, basically, what I'm trying to say is that my guitar playing is the sum of my influences. My influences come into my playing. I mean, we shared similar influences at the time, but not all for this person. But the person, for them to come out and insult was I was choosing to play in my fucking car, I feel is obnoxious, disrespectful, and immature. I am my influences in music. So why be in a band with me if you hate a lot of my music? Doesn't make any sense to me, does it? Does it make sense to you? If you don't like something I'm playing in my car, well, I'm giving you the courtesy of driving you. Try to have more respect. There are things my friends play in their cars, but I only comment about them when asked about it. I usually try to do a very balanced, nuanced opinion about it. I try to keep my mouth, but for the most part, it's only if they ask, and I try to keep my mouth shut and respect the person driving, unless they're blasting it, which I never did in these situations. And some of these people in these situations weren't even consistent of their hatred of some of the bands I play. Like months later, sometimes they said they liked the band, they said they once hated it. And it was like, What happened in the 2 months that you said you hated this stuff from hearing 3 seconds of it in my car stereo? Then that you love this band all of a sudden? What the fuck? You know? And I mean, yeah, obviously the said people were listening to 5 seconds of the song and making such opinions, which, without a full explanation of what I was playing and the context, influence on other bands they themselves liked, or the influence on me and the licks they liked from me. So, and even other times they would contradict themselves and say they hated a certain genre and made fun of it to my face, but still I found later hidden appreciation for it. And you can, I was going to try to make a pun with the one of the people I was talking about, but I couldn't think of it. I was thinking of, but so what is my point in bringing all this shit up? It's just a personal realization of the bullshit that we have to sometimes put up with other people or in bands. And it's probably one of the reasons why I've kind of focused on doing more solo things lately. I got so burnt out on people in bands with me that and the situations where it just didn't work. I was told to do things in certain bands or certain configurations of bands more realistically, that I didn't want to compromise my vision or what I had been doing previously. I was, like, for example, I was told in one band configuration that I had to know my role and only play the lead guitar and not write songs anymore. So I was like, fuck you! I left, and I've been doing other stuff. And one of the projects I was involved with, it had nothing, and why I left this other project more recently is because it has nothing to do with music. It's nothing to do with that. It has to do with a little bit of this, but a little bit of what I'm talking about today. But it had more to do with, business or differences in business opinion, different ideas for what it should be about as far as what level or what level or what work we want to put into a project. And I disagreed with said person's opinion of that and certain other personality quirks or mental disorders and that they may or may not have. That's all I'm going to say. And they think I'm dissing them. Well, they fucking deserve it, man. They did this shit. So what I'm talking about, I feel like I need to blow off some steam. I think they would probably understand. I've actually had conversations with them. I don't know, mental disorders or whatever, fucking eccentricities, I'll just say that. So, and, it's basically, other times, yeah, they would contradict themselves and say they hated a certain genre. I acknowledge that I contradict myself and try to respect others' choices and expect them to have the same courtesy towards me. The things that they would say in the car are really juvenile and like just vulgar things about, this sucks, man, that's gay, it sucks, what the hell is this crap you're playing? It's like, well, dude, this is like, this guitarist that taught me this riff or something that I play in a song we already play. The lead is fucking influenced the song you wrote. It's a song you wrote! They're fucking playing the lead influenced by this guitarist you supposedly hate in a song you wrote that you love the solo. So what the fuck? You really hate this band? I don't think you hate all of it. You're just trying to fucking get a reaction from me. Fuck you. So that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, this is going to become a good video. So I don't want to put up with this shit ever again. And with a certain situation, it was for years, mind you. There were certain other situations I had to put up with that were for years. And maybe the person has changed and grown up. And there's no denying that's probably the case because it's been years. But I don't want to put up with this bullshit ever again. The types of comments towards the bands I love were hateful and irrational, contradictory, and didn't even coincide with a lot of what said people liked, as I said before. Their lack of knowledge in judging music after 5 seconds of hearing it pissed me off to no avail. So if they feel so bad about something that I'm playing and they have such negative shit that they're saying, they must feel bad about themselves in some way. It's like how it's said, you know. I mean, I can't say that logic applies to everything. Doing these videos, these rants and shit, make me feel like sound like I'm a total like depressed, fucking angry person, and maybe I am in some ways, but I feel like this is a better way to blow off steam than, you know, being in someone's car and ranting about the music they're playing on their stereo when they're giving them a courtesy of giving them a ride, especially when they don't have a job. Anyways, I just had to shoot that in there. So why do they have to bash things so strongly too? And then why do they have this need to bash things? They must have some kind of anger issue or what the if there's something not quite right. So from now on, the lesson learned is I will speak up when this happens and take a look at the situation. I will inform the person I am bothered by this behavior from, and of course, when logic isn't having an effect, which unfortunately happened in a few of these situations, I'll have to question my commitment in being in partnerships with them, because sometimes it crossed over to other things too in certain situations. Maybe not the more recent situation, because I still have a respect for the said person or situation. But if they have respect for me and my influences, they will shut